Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the BSGL. Today we have something very special for you guys. It is our first ever prospect game of Season 2, our first and probably only prospect game for Season 2, but for this one we are not just doing the highlights. We are doing the full game like we would prime time, as we have the future of the league coming up. As of course we don't need to see the rest of the schedule, as it is Team Red versus Team Blue. Even tried to make a little uniforms for each team. As here we go. There are the starting lineups. Not that they matter. Everybody is playing equal minutes. The starters were completely randomized, as Chantel Livingston and Dimboyago Ayo will do the honors as jump for the ball. Livingston wins and goes to point guard Brandon Cripps out of Michigan State. He drives left and whips it out to Miles Weddle. Weddle, guarded by Jamal Pope, goes over to Xavier Young out of Seton Hall. He's looking around, goes to Rustin Gilstrap, top of the key. He's going to get a screen from Livingston and pull the three as he lets it go with the left hand. It is no good. Ayo the rebound, and out to Zane Nesbitt, the Hoosier, who drives left, now back right, and looks inside. As Nesbitt, just a small-town kid from Indiana, trying to, make his name for himself here in the big leagues, as he has to pick up his dribble. 4 seconds left on the clock. Goes to Jamal Pope inside, and he is met by Livingston, the absolute giant, who sends it back. As here's Gilstrap going to Young in the corner, drives inside out to Cripps. Cripps, a super senior from Michigan State, won 6 straight conference titles in his 6 years there. As Gilstrap, another three from the corner. That one also does not fall. Brett Fielder, the rebound. Fielder from, I don't remember where he is from right off the top of my head right now, but he dribbles out, guarded by Cripps. Brandon Brand flakes Cripps as Ayo comes up to set the screen. It's over to Rod Toby on the other side. Toby gets a screen from Ayo, driving left, pulls up in the mid-range. It's no good as Ayo, the rebound, puts it up and in, as he got right around Livingston and puts it up and in for the first 2 points on the day. As I just remembered, Brett Fielder over there in the corner guarding Young right there is from Texas Tech. Young, of course, from Seton Hall. As here is Cripps looking around, goes inside to Livingston, who gets met by Ayo, drops it off to Xavier Young, pulls the three, and he knocks it down. Xavier Young out of Seton Hall knocks down the triple. He is very much an ISO player, a very, very good shooter, and he shows it there. As here is Fielder on the left wing, looking around. He's going to find Nesbitt over on the right wing, as Nesbitt gets a screen from Jamal Pope. Now Weddle switches on to Nesbitt. Nesbitt looking around, going left, has to drop it off to Fielder, who goes out to Toby. Pump fakes up and over Gilstrap, and it's not even close, as Team Blue does turn it over. I'm not entirely sure why Team Blue's little thing down there is in green, but whatever is, don't pay attention to that, because obviously those are not his actual stats. As here is Cripps bringing it up for Team Red. There are 15 total prospects that will be showcased in this game. Like I said, they will all be given equal minutes. Here's Gilstrap driving around the Livingston screen, and oh my lord, Ayo with a monster rejection off the glass. Livingston came up with the rebound, but he does just miss it as Toby comes up with the ball, but a huge rejection there from Dimboyago Ayo, the center out of Haiti, sent that one hard off the glass, as Rod Toby drives in and puts it in, as apparently Team Blue won 60 games last year. As here is Cripps now again going over to Gilstrap, another rookie out of IU, as he goes over to Weddle. Weddle looking around, finds Young in the mid-range. Young, second jumper of the game, no good. Ayo the rebound, as he gives it off to Nesbitt, who drives the other way. Nesbitt is picked up by Cripps at the top of the key. He goes over to Fielder on the left. Fielder, screen from Pope, can't really do much with it. Now a switch as Weddle guards Fielder. Fielder looking inside for Pope, no good, and Weddle comes up with the strip. Weddle now the other way, as I'm sure he'll just lay it up nice and easy. Just kidding. A two-handed jam from Weddle, as he lets everybody in the gym know, as he hangs on the rim. And a huge slam from Miles Weddle. Some nice defense there as well on the outside from the big man. He is from Central Arkansas and is usually known as an inside presence and an inside scorer, but there he shows the defensive effort. As here's Ayo going over to Nesbitt. Shot clock winding down again. They go to Fielder in the corner, who's got to work on Young. And look at the move from Fielder. Got around him, puts it up and in. or missed it, but gets his own rebound and finally puts it in. Has some nice hustle from Fielder there, and maybe a bad miss, but a good look nonetheless. As Fielder will definitely not wow you with his athleticism, but is a very fundamental basketball player. So here's Gilstrap driving around Pope as he puts it in. As you can ignore all of that on the bottom. Obviously, none of this is from last season. This is just our prospect game. It still is NBA 2K, so we have to find a way to do the game. But a nice slam there from Gilstrap nonetheless. As look at Ayo inside, and Cripps stripped him on the way up. So Ayo loses the ball. Cripps over to Gilstrap in the corner. How about another three? That one also misses. As just not having him find the bottom of the net here for Gilstrap here at the start of the game. As there's Ayo off a great pass from Nesbitt as he lays it up and in. Nobody stripping him that time. I do believe I mentioned earlier that Dimbago Ayo is from Haiti, our first player out of Haiti, which is always nice. Very much a shooting and rebounding big as our first timeout is called, and we will get back in the action after this timeout. Special thanks to Orlando Magic for letting us use this old gym of theirs to play the game. Not really sure why we left all the Magic stuff up. As here is Rowdy Highlander in the corner, guarded by Fielder. Looks like he's subbed in for Young. As he loses the ball, Nathan Haynes comes up with a strip, and it goes out to Barker Bogey, who drives right around Okafor, now brings it back out. As he's looking around, he's going to get a screen from Haynes, and now guarded by Weddle outside as he goes inside to Haynes, guarded by Okafor. Haynes out to Toby now. Now he's going to come up, set a screen. Toby right back to Haynes. It doesn't look like anybody wants to shoot the ball here for Team Blues. It's going to have to be Haynes from the top of the key, and it's no good. Weddle the rebound as Okafor goes up to Gilstrap. Gilstrap the lob to Rowdy Highlander. A little bit of showmanship there from Highlander, as he is the rookie small forward out of Grambling. And as you can tell by that slam right there, he is a high-flying, athletic highlight reel machine. As here's Bogey inside up against a meaty Okafor, and it's no good. And Highlander has the ball again now up to Gilstrap. Gilstrap driving on Toby as he's inside, nowhere to go with it, so he whips it out to Okafor, right back to Gilstrap. Gilstrap goes to Zukoja at the top, and it's no good. So Okafor inside now off the screen. He puts it up and in. The point guard out of South Africa puts in the layup. He's not usually known to be much of an offensive threat. He is definitely a defending type point. It's still a nice bucket there nonetheless. As here is Brett Fielder pulling up in the mid-range off the screen. No good, and Zukoja has the rebound as he whips it out to Highlander. Highlander looking around, trying to drive, gets stopped by Bogey. Oh man, he put the spin move on and went up for the slam, and he almost had one of the biggest posters that we've ever seen in BSGL history, prospect game or not. But the ball does rim out, and Highlander will head to the line. Oh man, definitely a high-flying machine that any team would want. Big number 2, Rowdy Highlander. As maybe High Flyer would have been the better last name. As he puts in one free throw, not the second. Fielder comes up with the rebound, whips it right up to Rod Toby, who's driving left on Gilstrap. Goes inside to Nathan Haynes, who jams it home. Nathan Haynes, just a 6'9" player listed at center. He can definitely play power forward as well, as that might be where he has to be playing here in this league, especially with all the giants that run down there at the 5. As he is out of North Carolina, he's definitely an athletic player based on that jam, but he's not much of a shooter and not much of a passer, which is why they have him at the 5. As look at Ayo coming up with a steal. He goes out to Bogey. As Bogey drives in, he goes up, layup, no good. Some good defense there from Zukoja as Ayo comes up with the rebound and puts it in. Some more second chance points for Ayo there. As now Okafor will bring it back the other way for Team Red. Already plenty of highlights here through the first quarter of this prospect game as Gilstrap comes off the screen from Weddle, and Nathan Haynes does foul as he goes up. Like I said before, Gilstrap, the rookie out of Indiana University, a Hoosier at heart, just another small-town kid, just like Mr. Nesbitt, as he is definitely a slasher, very, very good slasher at that. As you can tell by the missed threes, not the best shooter, but definitely not a bad shooter. Is it maybe just not falling for him tonight, as he is a little slow for a point guard is what he is listed at. You maybe will run the shooting guard a little bit for some teams, whoever drafts him, but definitely a good slasher as we see him get near the bucket there. Is look at Okafor strip Bogey over there on the on the wing. I said he was a good defender, and it shows there, but Bogey comes back with it as he pulls the long mid-range jumper. No good, and Zukoja has the rebound as he goes out to Gilstrap yet again. Gilstrap looking around, driving on Bogey out to Okafor. Is Okafor in the corner. Team Red moving around, trying to get something going here. So Okafor goes out to Zukoja, who goes to Highlander. Highlander getting the screen from Weddle. They don't have a lot of time, as he's going to have to throw up a layup, and it's no good. Just barely rims out. Toby the rebound as he's got 2 seconds. He'll just have to heave one at the end of the half, or end of the quarter, as I don't even think he got that up in time, but it does miss. As a pretty close game through 1 quarter of action here in the Prospect game. It is 14-12. Team Blue will start with the game, or with the ball here in the second quarter. As here is Bogey working on Okafor, as he's going to drive right then left as he goes inside, and it's stripped away by Okafor. Some more good defense out of that man from South Africa. Some quick info on Barker Bogey. He is a rookie, obviously out of Georgetown. Very good shooting guard, or shooting point guard and passing point guard, but he is also 6'5", and with all the good point guards in this league, and in him being 6'5", he might be at the shooting guard for a little while, but definitely a good point guard as well. As there's Highlander inside, he's getting fouled by Fielder. As you can tell early in this game that Highlander wants to attack the rim, as he has shown here earlier, as he misses yet another free throw. That definitely does not sit well with any scouts, as he does knock down the second one. But definitely an attacker, as he has gone at the rim, and at the rim hard here early in this game. As here is Fielder, rookie out of Texas Tech, Mr. Fundamentals himself, looking for a screen from Nathan Haynes, and he gets it. Now over on the left wing, still Fielder. He's getting all sorts of screens from AO as he pump fakes in the mid-range. Nobody jumping. He has to go to Toby over in the corner, and it's an air ball for Rod Toby. Is definitely not a situation you want to be in there. As Rod Toby rocking the signature green hair. Rod Toby actually attended MIT, definitely one of the smartest players in this prospect class. And he is also definitely a pretty good slasher and defender. As here is Amidi Okafor, dribbling inside over to the left wing. He's going to get a screen from big Chantel Livingston. He's going to pull the floater in the mid-range. No good. Good defense from Nathan Haynes, and Nesbitt the rebound as he is bringing it the other way. Crossover on Okafor at the top, and Okafor almost stripped it, but he gets it back and goes over to Bogey. As Bogey now back to Nesbitt, who gives to Haynes. Let's look at the size mismatch from Haynes and big Chantel. Is now Nesbitt getting inside, dropping it off to Jamal Pope, and that one's blocked by Zukoja. Zelimir Zukoja, who we have not talked a whole lot about here at the beginning, gets the block as Okafor goes up. No good, and Nesbitt another rebound. But Zelimir Zukoja is a big center out of Croatia. Definitely a rebounding, defending type center. Cannot shoot the ball very well, but as you can see there, can elevate for the blocks. As here's Nesbitt, top of the key again. 8 seconds left, gets the screen from Nathan Haynes, is no good on the jumper, and Haynes could not quite get the putback. As you can see, the athleticism going there pretty well for Haynes, getting up and over big Chantel Livingston and Zelimir Zukoja, despite him being just 6'9". As here is Gilstrap working on Nesbitt. As he's looking around, goes to Highlander. Highlander into big Livingston, out to Okafor yet again. As Livingston looking to set a screen on Okafor, and that one's poked away by Bogey. Barker Bogey comes up with the steal, goes inside to Toby, who goes up, and one for Rod Toby. He finally gets a bucket as the foul will go on Highlander. As let's see if he can tie the game with this free throw. Like I said just a little bit earlier, he did attend MIT. He's probably thinking about the angle at which he needed to put it off the backboard for that to go in, but he couldn't figure out how to hit a free throw. Apparently, as here is Cripps yet again working on Bogey. As how about that pass inside to Okafor? As one guard finds another for a nice inside bucket, an easy bucket, as Team Red is back up 3. Here is Nesbitt yet again going over to Toby. Toby inside to Jamal Pope, another rookie out of Michigan State. Just look at him pull the fadeaway jumper. Not quite, because that is his bread and butter. We saw at Michigan State. He's very much a mid-range scorer. As look at Zelimir going up and in, or up and over all the men inside. As apparently Pope's going to bring it up for Team Blue, but Zelimir, like I said, not necessarily a finisher or a shooter, and Okafor's definitely not a passer, but that's what got him in the league. Even the worst passers in this league are elite level passers. Here's Haynes going inside against Livingston. Is quite the height disadvantage, and it shows. There is Livingston, sends that one out of bounds easily. Livingston, the 7'7" monster out of Arizona State, as he looks like he needs to eat maybe a couple burgers because he is not very big despite his height. He only weighs like 160 or something, a very, very gross weight. He just never really grew into his height, I guess. As here's Nesbitt, step back in the mid-range. That one misses. And Zukoja, another rebound. With Livingston, not much of a finisher or anything. As just as I say that, I'm sure he will miss a layup. Yep. As not much of a finisher as it shows there, but he is quite the shooter from outside. Even at his height, he is a pretty dang good shooter. So here's Nesbitt driving in again as he's going into Pope, guarded by big Livingston. With that signature mohawk, he's more like 7'10". So he's looking around, going to Bogey. Bogey's going to pull the three from the corner. No good, and another rebound for Zukoja as he goes out to Young. Xavier Young inside to Okafor. Look at the little man elevate, jumping all the way up and putting that ball all the way in as Red is up to a 7-point lead. As here's Nesbitt, a little spin move, top of the key. Looking for a screen. He gets a screen from Haynes, and now whips it over to Haynes in the mid-range. Haynes behind the back. Now has to pick it up as he goes out to Bogey. Bogey looking around. He's gonna now drive right into the corner. He's got really nowhere to go. Has to put it up over Okafor. No good. And that rebound is taken in by Livingston, who goes out to Cripps. Now to Young. Xavier Young driving on Rod. Toby puts it up and in. A nice layup there from Xavier Young. And Team Red is on an 8-0 run. We do know that Xavier Young can score, and he's showed it here so far as he's got a 3 and now a layup. Rod Toby looking around, goes to Bogey, top of the key. Team Blue definitely needing a bucket here. Is screen from Jamal Pope. Bogey inside, no good. Pope the rebound, puts it up and in amongst the trees. Jamal Pope finds a way to put it in. A nice bucket there from the power forward out of Michigan State. And at 7 feet, he could run power forward or center in this league. It really depends on what he wants to do as Okafor drives in. And Nathan Haynes got all of him there. A pretty obvious foul there on Haynes as he tried to elevate for the block. And, you got to respect it, trying to get up there and impress these scouts, but really don't want to be fouling too much as Okafor knocks down the first free throw and increases Team Red's lead to 9, or 8, now 9. Whoops, can't do math. Should have gone to MIT like Toby. As here's Nesbitt bringing it up for Blue. Blue falling into a little bit of a slump here scoring. He's going to get the screen from Hayes. Now driving right. Trying to do something against Cripps. Goes outside to Haynes. As Haynes gets it stripped away by Okafor, but it comes up in Jamal Pope's hands, who whips it out to Toby. Or not Toby, Bogey. Whoops. And Nathan Haynes picks up yet another foul. So some early foul trouble here for the big man out of North Carolina. And it has his team down 9, and he's not helping the cause. As here is Cripps. Yet again, very much a playmaking guard as he goes over to Okafor. As Okafor inside, pump fakes against Bogey. Out to Livingston, who's going to pull the 3. Look at the big man as that one just does rim out. Haynes the rebound as he goes out to Nesbitt yet again, bringing it up the other way. Cripps once again defending. He goes into Dimboyago Ayo. It's hard to say his name each and every time as Cripps knocks that one away out of the hands of the big man, but it will be out on Brandon Brandflakes Cripps, and it will retain with Blue. So Nathan Haynes to inbound. Looking around. Going to find Ayo in the corner. Ayo, a big man himself, but still not quite as big Livingston there, as Bogey misses another 3, and Livingston just barely had to jump to get the rebound. As here's Cripps now the other way, working on Nesbitt. So he's looking around, maybe a screen there from Livingston as he's going inside. Look at him put the layup up and around big Ayo, and he puts it in. A nice bucket there from Cripps. 6 years at Michigan State will teach you to do that. As a nice bucket there from the super senior nonetheless. As a lot of experience there for Cripps, which means he could probably be a professional from the get-go as Nesbitt misses the 3, but definitely an older prospect, which could definitely hurt his draft stock a little bit. As here is Young driving right around Fielder, putting it in with the left hand, as he once again shows how easily he can score. He's got that long frame and long arms, just long legs, just a long athlete overall, and it showed there as he easily put it over Fielder. It was just not very athletic. As here's Nesbitt, top of the key for 3. It rims out as well. Off back iron as Weddle comes up with a rebound. Okafor comes the other way, going around Nesbitt. Barker picks him up. He goes inside, puts it up with the right hand, and it just does rim out. as AO comes up with the rebound. Team Blue still needing a bucket. Here's Bogey, who hasn't hit much, as he throws the lob to Nathan Haynes. Quite the pass. As Haynes decides not to slam it, he just tips it in with the left hand. And that definitely put a little life in Team Blue, as they are still down 11. As here's Okafor doing all sorts of stuff. Top of the key goes up, and AO says no to that one as well. Another block from Dimbago AO as he goes inside to Bogey, who puts it up left-handed. And Young collects the foul, so Barker Bogey will head to the line. Bogey struggling a little bit shooting here in the game, but he does knock down his first free throw. Second free throw for Bogey is also good, rocking the mismatching arm sleeves. You gotta love that. Just a little swagger, little fashion for Barker. As here is Gilstrap going to Weddle, top of the key, who goes over to Cripps. Cripps driving now against Nesbitt, left side. He's going in, and he whips it out to Young. Young out to Weddle, who goes to Gilstrap for another three. That one doesn't fall either, but Weddle the rebound. He goes out to Brandflakes, who also misses the three, as AO gets the rebound, and Nesbitt comes the other way. Nesbitt, a crossover, goes left, puts it up with the right hand. A beautiful move there as time expires here in the half, as Nesbitt gets the easy bucket. 5 seconds left. Gilstrap's got to do something here to get a last-second shot. Didn't do much at the top of the key. Pulls the deep three, and that one is no good as well. So 29-22 is the score after the first half, as Team Red leads this one by 7. Stay tuned. We got plenty more action here coming up in the second half from the future of this league. So we are ready to go in the second half, as I did decide to go with 8-minute quarters just so we could see that much more of our prospects. Of course, we do just play 7 on the user games, or on not the user games, the highlighted games in the BSGL, just so I'm not watching 420 full games, every week. That'd be a lot of action. As here is AO, he's going to pull the three off the screen as Pope gets the rebound, puts it in easily up and over Cripps, who is just 5'11" in comparison to the 7-foot Jamal Pope. As Gilstrap will bring it up for Team Red, it's down to a 5-point game just like that. As Gilstrap driving right against Toby over to the wing, he gets a screen from Livingston. Now he's guarded by Fielder, still looking around, nobody down low as he goes up. Misses the layup with the right hand as it goes off back iron, and Jamal Pope the rebound out to Rod Toby. Toby on the left wing, just looking around now. There's not a whole lot of movement here for the blue team, as he's going to get a screen from AO as they switch. So now Xavier Young trying to guard AO as AO puts up a pretty bad shot, but Jamal Pope couldn't quite get the rebound. I think Weddle may have taken it from him. As here's Young, spin move, top of the key, as he's now on the right wing looking around. Weddle the screen as he's driving left, now inside, puts up the layup, and that one just a little too hard off the glass as it nips the rim and falls off. As here's Nesbitt inside looking around, goes to Fielder in the corner, a long two, knocked down by Brett Fielder. There's Mr. Fundamentals with that smooth looking jumper, and we are down to a 3-point game. Here's Cripps, and that one stolen away by Nesbitt. Nesbitt now the other way, driving inside as he jams it home with two hands. Some nice defense here to start the second half by Team Blue, and they have this lead cut down to just 1 point. As here's Cripps yet again trying to drive right as he crosses over, goes to Gilstrap. That one's a long two, and he knocks it down. So 2 more points right for Team Red after the jam, and it's back to a 3-point game as Rod Toby brings it up, and blue team will call a timeout. So AO will inbound off of the timeout as he's looking for the corner for Pope. Pope goes inside to Fielder at about the free throw line, who brings it back out, and then now out to AO and over to Nesbitt. Back to AO, top of the key. AO a pump fake. 8 seconds left on the clock, not a whole lot of movement. He goes to Toby, who's out near mid-court. 3 seconds, he goes to Nesbitt on the left wing, who pulls a three, and it just does rim out, and they're fighting for the rebound, and Livingston comes up with it, as Cripps now bringing it the other way, defended by Toby. He gets the screen from Livingston, tries to drive left, and now is forced back right as he goes over to Gilstrap on the left wing. Gilstrap going to get a screen from big Livingston, but Nesbitt takes it away yet again as he's driving inside, maybe trying to put up the layup, and that one looked like it got blocked by Gilstrap. As now here comes Cripps the other way. Almost forgot his name there for a second. A screen from Livingston. So he looks around. Guarded now by Jamal Pope, looking like a little ISO being set up. 10 seconds left. He drives right on Pope. Another screen from Livingston as he goes inside to Livingston, who puts it up, and he is fouled So Livingston will head to the line. Not much choice else but to foul there for Jamal Pope, as even though he is 7 feet, he's still more than half a foot shorter than the big man there. As he is definitely one of these guys that just definitely made the league on that one thing, and that would be the fact that he is a literal monstrosity at that height, as he knocks down both free throws. But definitely a ton of potential, obviously, at that height, but a lot of work to do. As here's Nesbitt driving left wing as he goes around Okafor, picked up by Gilstrap, goes up, and the foul as the layup just does rim out, but Nesbitt will head to the line for 2. First jumper is good for, first free throw is good for Nesbitt. Second free throw is a miss off back iron as Livingston comes up with the rebound. Now Rowdy Highlander coming the other way. Highlander over to Okafor in the corner. So Okafor drives in on Toby, trying to get something going here as he puts up a lefty layup. And some good defense from Toby, and maybe just a bad shot selection there from Okafor. As now Toby goes inside, picked up by Zukoja as he goes up, and that one is swatted away by Zelimir. Cannot test the Croatian inside as he sends yet another shot back. As here's Okafor going to Highlander as people are starting to take notice, maybe getting out of his way here. As we all saw what he can do in the first half. As here's Okafor getting a screen from Zelimir. Goes inside as that one is dropped, swiped away by Toby. So I am struggling to speak as Toby goes into Nesbitt in the corner. Nesbitt drives left back towards the middle, puts the layup up with the right hand, and that one just rimmed out as well. As Gilstrap comes up with the rebound and brings it the other way. Gilstrap looking around, guarded by Jamal Pope. As he's still looking, goes to Zukoja, top of the key, who brings it over to Livingston. Livingston over to Gilstrap back on the left wing. Plenty of movement around for Team Red as they go to Amidi Okafor at the top of the key, who pulls the 3, no good. And Brett Fielder comes up with the rebound. As Fielder goes to Nesbitt, who goes to Toby in the corner, as Zelimir is defending, as they go to Ayo, who pulls the mid-range jumper over Livingston, who had horrible reaction time. And Ayo knocks down the jumper as Team Blue has taken double the amount of shots as Team Red has here in the second half. Even though Team Red has a 2-point lead still, as here's Okafor off the screen from Zelimir. Goes inside, and oh my lord, that one is swatted away. I'm not even sure who blocked that one. I don't know if it was Pope or Ayo, but somebody swatted that thing away hard. As Livingston got the rebound, and he also missed. And now Team Blue has it the other way as Pope inside off the pass from Nesbitt. No good. Maybe just a bad angle on the layup there as it does miss. As Okafor comes the other way, goes inside to Gilstrap, who elevates for the left-handed jam. That's an easy jam for the lefty Gilstrap as he puts his team back up 4, and Blue needs another timeout. Rod Toby bringing it up for Team Blue out of the timeout as Gilstrap is defending. He's looking inside now, getting a screen from Jamal Pope as he comes back towards the middle, and he's going to pull the 3, and he knocked it down. So MIT Rod Toby hits the 3, as that was like one of our first couple threes of the game. I don't know how many threes, and Team Red's going to call a timeout right after that when they did not want any part of that run that they could sense coming from Blue. So it's back to a 1-point game, and Red needs a timeout. So Zukoja will inbound for Team Red out of the timeout. He goes to Rowdy Highlander, the high-flying small forward out of Grambling. He goes right back to Zukoja, who lost it, and Jamal Pope comes up with a steal, who goes out to Rod Toby. Toby driving in the other way as he is picked up by Okafor, now still at about the free throw line, trying to get towards the hoop. As he dribbles and dribbles, maybe loses it inside, then goes up, and Okafor is forced to foul. Just too much of a height disadvantage there for Okafor, as that will send Toby to the line. Toby's first free throw is good. So he has 8 points now on the night. Let's see if he can make it 9. And he can, as Team Blue gets their first lead in a long while, as they lead this one 35-36. As here is Okafor. Goes to Zelimir, top of the key, who gets goes to Gilstrap and then sets the screen as Barker Bogey comes up with the strip. Now he comes the other way as nobody's going to get back, and he's going to lay it up and in with the left hand. As now Team Blue is on a 6-0 run, or 6-8, 7-0 run. Good Lord, I can't do math. As here's Gilstrap getting a screen from Weddle as he pulls the mid-range jumper, and that one rims out. Nathan Haynes the rebound again. Team Blue coming the other way. With plenty of momentum, Bogey throws the lob up to Jamal Pope, who punches it home with both hands. And Team Blue has all the momentum as Gilstrap brings it up. As what a pass and jam there as Jamal Pope went way up and got that one. As here's Okafor. Screen from Weddle as he is going inside, puts up the layup, and that one's swatted away by Haynes. A huge rejection as Fielder now comes the other way, and he's going to lay it up in it with his left hand, and Team Red needs another timeout. What a monster rejection there from Nathan Haynes. Who cares if he's 6'9" when he can send shots back like that? So Miles Weddle inbounds to Rustin Gilstrap. Weddle, a rookie power forward out of Central Arkansas. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not, but definitely a paint beast as Gilstrap gets the screen from Zukoja, and he drives inside against Pope as he goes up, puts it in with the right hand, a very deep-looking layup as Pope fouled him from behind. Gilstrap will head to the line as he knocks down the free throw. Nice three-point play there for Gilstrap to get Team Red right back in this game as Team Blue leads by 4. Here is Barker Bogey looking around, guarded by Okafor. As he's got Pope inside, as he's going to have Pope come up and set a screen as he goes right around Okafor, puts it up, and it looked like Rustin Gilstrap got a piece of the ball, and it is blocked, but still a foul on Okafor as Bogey will head to the line for 2. First free throw is good, but still a nice job there from Gilstrap to not allow him to get the and one. As he misses the second free throw, and Zukoja comes up with the rebound as he whips it up court to Xavier Young. And he drives left on Fielder, crossover, still driving left, now bringing it back towards the middle, goes up with the right hand, and he's going to get fouled. So plenty of fouls here in the second half as Young heads to the line. First free throw is good. Second free throw is up, and that one does miss. Haynes the rebound as he goes to Bogey. Bogey now coming the other way, goes to Fielder. Fielder inside to Toby, guarded by Highlander. As Toby looking around, goes back out to Fielder, who has Bogey top of the key way up high as Fielder's going to set a screen. There's now 9 seconds left. Bogey guarded by Cripps, goes to Toby. Toby dribbles it in the mid-range, still guarded by Highlander, puts it up, and no good. Zukoja the rebound as Highlander does not throw up the full court heave. As we've got a good one here in the prospect game heading into the fourth quarter. As you can see, Russ in there on the jam. But it is a mighty close game. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter of action. So Brandon, a.k.a. Brand Flakes Cripps, will bring it up as he is looking, as he gets a screen from Highlander, drives left inside to Highlander, who puts up the layup, and it just rolled off the rim. Foul goes on Fielder as Highlander continues to attack the rim. He puts up free throw number 1, and it does fall. As free throw number 2 also falls, putting him at 4 of 6 from the line tonight. Definitely not a great mark, but it definitely could be worse. As here is Bogey going over to Toby. Toby on the left wing goes to Fielder, top of the key. Fielder looking around. So he's going to get a screen from Pope. Pope, the screen on Young as Fielder gives it right up to Pope. Pope now defended by Young as he fakes inside and then pulls the mid-range jumper as it just does rim out. Highlander the rebound, and he is motoring the other way as he pulls the little mid-range jumper, no good. Weddle the rebound, and he jams it home. A nice jam there and offensive rebound from Weddle. Gotta love the second chance points. You know prospect scouts love to see stuff like that. And we have a tie game here with 7 minutes remaining. Toby has the ball, goes to Fielder. Fielder's going to pull the 3 from the top of the key, no good, and Weddle another rebound as Cripps brings it the other way. Brandon Cripps, little hesitation, guarded by Bogey. He's in the mid-range. He goes to Weddle, who goes to Zukoja, right back to Cripps. Cripps the screen from Zukoja. He comes off of it, drives left, looking inside, goes out to Highlander to the corner, now up to Weddle at the top, back to Zukoja and Young, right back to Weddle to Highlander in the corner. Back to Zukoja, top of the key. He's going to have to pull the 3 into the shot clock as nobody wanted to shoot the ball there. Some good ball movement. Or was it just nobody wanted to shoot? As look at Fielder throw the lob up to Nathan Haynes, who catches it right in front of the rim, jams it home. A beautiful lob and a beautiful jam as Haynes and Fielder have maybe a little bit of chemistry. Who knows? They obviously did not play together in college. Well, not obviously, because we have quite a few teammates. Here's Young, pulls the mid-range jumper and knocks it down. Xavier Young continues to show off that pretty shooting form and knock down jumpers as Bogey brings it up for Team Blue. We're tied at 45, and they're going to call a timeout. So with 6:03 to go, it is all tied up at 45s in the prospect game. Big AO will inbound here for Team Blue as he goes to the corner for Nathan Haynes, who goes to Fielder in the mid-range. And that one's stripped away by Highlander. And we all know what he's looking to do here in transition. He pulls the mid-range jumper, no good. And Haynes takes it away from Young, as I was expecting Highlander to go right at the rim. But he maybe tried to confuse everybody and pulled a little mid-range jumper. It is no good, as Fielder just had Weddle a little bit lost. He was out of bounds. As Fielder goes inside to Haynes, who spins around Young and puts it up. No good, as Livingston maybe forced the miss and grabbed the rebound as he goes out to Cripps, who's on the right wing. Cripps looking around, going to get a screen from Livingston. As he goes inside, pulls over the floater over Nesbitt. No good. Nesbitt yet another rebound. As he comes the other way, a little behind the back and crossover. Some fanciness there from Nesbitt as Bogey goes up to Fielder. Fielder the screen from AO, and now a mid-range jumper, no good, but AO's got the rebound. He puts it up and in. A wonderful play there from AO, as you got to love the hustle, as he's got his team up 2 on the offensive rebound and second chance points. Cripps now guarded by Nesbitt yet again as Highlander comes up to set a screen, and he feints it. What a wonderful pass there from Cripps inside to Highlander, who elevates for the easy jam inside, and we are back to a tie game. Starting to look like this one might come to down to the last shot here with 4:38 to go. 47-47. Here's Haynes looking around. Ayo's going to set a screen for Haynes. Haynes now guarded by Livingston. 6 seconds left as he's driving inside now, as he's going to have to put one up over the Giant, and that's not going to work. Livingston sends it back as Nesbitt tries to throw it up before the end of the shot clock, but it does not look like he got it up in time, as they've got to find a better shot than something over an absolute mammoth of a man, as that'll never, ever work. As Team Red takes possession, here's Cripps, top of the key, goes to Gilstrap on the right wing, who drives over to the middle. Weddle now has it on the left. As he looks around, goes to Young at about the free throw line, who goes over to Gilstrap in the left corner. He's going to get a screen from Weddle, goes inside to Weddle, who jams it home with both hands. A wonderful pass there from Gilstrap. And then a great cut there from Weddle as they find each other for 2 more points. Team Red now up 2. Here is Bogey on the right wing. All sorts of screens being set. So he goes over to the opposite corner to Nesbitt, who goes top of the key to Ayo. Ayo now driving into the corner against Livingston, as now Cripps has switched on, and Ayo pulls the mid-range jumper, no good, but Nathan Haynes is there for the putback as he tips it in with the left hand. And we are all tied up at 49. Cripps again driving right on Nesbitt as he drives right into Haynes, who does foul, and that's Haynes' 5th foul. As with 3:30 left, he may foul out in the prospect game, as that's we're no stranger to that, as the Big Show fouled out in maybe the first prospect game that we had. As Young now has it in the corner, guarded by Fielder. He's going to drive left, little half spin, goes inside to Livingston. As Ayo trying to take it from him, he goes outside to Okafor. 4 seconds left. Okafor drives inside, puts it up, and that one's swatted away by Ayo, who whips it out to Bogey. Bogey now bringing it the other way as he stops and lets everybody get set up. As he now drives inside and now whips it out to Nesbitt, top of the key, as they set something up. Nesbitt driving right on Okafor, goes up, and that one got swatted away by Okafor. Okafor shows the defensive prowess and swats that one away. As Okafor now goes inside to Gilstrap, who puts it up right hand against Pope. No good. Pope the rebound out to Nesbitt. As Nesbitt spins it around Okafor, trying to drive inside again as he puts it up and is fouled. So Nesbitt will head to the line. 2:42 left in the game. It is 49-50 now, as Team Blue takes the lead off of Zeno Bueno's free throws, as he missed the second one. Plenty of free throw struggles here in the game, as here's Young driving on Toby, as he's going to be forced to pick up his dribble, as he goes over to Weddle. Weddle driving on Pope, and he goes inside, and Pope is forced to foul. So Weddle with a chance to take the lead here for Team Red. His first free throw is a miss. Nobody in this draft class can apparently hit free throws, as Weddle puts up his second one, and it misses as well. Miles Weddle misses both free throws, so Team Blue will still have a 1-point lead and the ball with 2:20 to go. As Nesbitt right wing, guarded by Okafor, goes inside to Pope, who pulls the fade away, and it's good. Jamal Pope knocks down the mid-range fade, and it is a 3-point game. I said earlier that was his bread and butter in college, and it shows here, as his team is now up 3 and Red needs a timeout. Livingston will inbound as he goes to Young, who drives right around Brett Fielder, and he's fouled as a very, very quick play, as I do believe that took 2 whole seconds off the clock. As Young will head to the line, his team down 3. His first free throw, no doubt about it. Knocks it down. His second free throw is up and good, as Xavier Young puts this one back down to a 1-point game, as Team Blue will bring it up the court. Zane Nesbitt has the ball, goes to Ayo at the top of the key, who drives right inside against Livingston, right through everybody, as Livingston is the one that fouls. There were plenty of guys that you could have called it on, but they're going to pit it on the big man. As Ayo at the line, his first free throw is no good. He could have made this a 3-point game. His second free throw is good. He knocks it down, as tons and tons of free throw struggles in this game, as Young will bring it up for Team Red. It is a 51-53 game, as Young goes way right, still guarded by Fielder. Crossover now, back left, just dribbling it around at the top. That really looks like he knows what he's doing. No, spin move around Fielder as he's fouled yet again. So it doesn't look like Fielder has any way of guarding him without fouling. So now Young back at the line. His first free throw is good, as this rookie out of Seton Hall looks like he's the one that can knock down free throws. His second one, no doubt about it, for Xavier Young, and we are all tied at 53. You cannot make up the TV drama. 1:39 to go in the BSGL Season 2 prospect game. As let's see who or what happens now, is Nesbitt top of the key, dribbling around, trying to get past Okafor as he goes inside to his left, goes out to Ayo, over to Toby. Toby guarded by Gilstrap. 2 seconds on the shot clock, has to pull a deep fading 3, no good, and Livingston comes up with the rebound as he gives it off to Okafor, who now brings it the other way. He's guarded by Jamal Pope as he goes into Xavier Young, who pulls the mid-range jumper, and look at Young. He went right around Fielder and just faded away in the mid-range for the jumper. A gorgeous play. It's a 2-point game, 1 minute remaining. Nesbitt with the ball at the top of the key. He's going to get a screen from Ayo as he goes left around it, as he goes up inside against Livingston, and Livingston sends it back. What were you thinking? He is 7'7". You cannot try that. You can't go up towards him. You have to go away from him, as they're going to double Young as he goes over in the corner to Okafor, guarded by Nesbitt. He's looking for a screen from Weddle. Weddle gives the screen as they're going to switch. So now Weddle guarded by Nesbitt inside. 3 seconds on the clock. He puts it up with his left hand. No good. And Ayo comes in to take the rebound away from Weddle. Now Toby the other way. Nobody back. He goes inside for a two-handed jam to tie the game with 26 seconds remaining. A huge jam there from Rod MIT Toby to tie this game. That'll definitely improve the draft stock, as it is all tied up at 55. As now out of the timeout, here is Team Red. They go to Young at the top, still guarded by Fielder, as he brings it out, way out, maybe holding for last shot. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Young still guarded by Fielder. He goes inside to Weddle, who's now in the corner. Maybe a bad pass, goes top of the key to Livingston, now over to Gilstrap. 5 seconds left in the game. Weddle sets a screen for Gilstrap. Gilstrap, a deep 3. It's no good. Ayo the rebound, and Blue calls timeout. Blue calls the timeout, and maybe not the best of shots they're taking from Team Red, as there were just people all over Gilstrap there, and not a whole lot of people in to rebound for Red. So now Blue will have the ball with 1.5 seconds left. Could we see a game winner here in the prospect game? Who's going to be Mr. Clutch? As Ayo will inbound, he goes to Nesbitt. Nesbitt has to fire the 3 at the end of the game, and it just is short. It hits the front iron, and we will have overtime in the prospect game. So no late game heroics from either team. We will have overtime here in the BSGL prospect game, as Livingston wins yet another jump ball, and Red will start with the ball. Just a 4-minute overtime. As let's see what these prospects have left in the tank and who wants it more. As Okafor spins inside as he's going up against Ayo, and that one's blocked. What were you thinking? Ayo sends yet another shot back, and Nesbitt has the ball. As he stops Weddle defending, he just comes off of Ayo. Now inside to Pope, guarded by Livingston. Pope, another long hook shot. I thought he was going to pull his signature mid-range fade, but that one was a hook over Livingston, and he got it to fall. What an incredible shot there from Pope, as it's a 2-point game in favor of Blue, as Okafor driving left against Nesbitt inside, puts up the layup, as he just maybe caught Nesbitt off guard there. as he ties this game at 57 with the layup. Rod Toby now defended by Gilstrap. He's at the top of the key as he goes inside to Pope. Another bucket, and that one's blocked away by Weddle. Weddle swats it away as Pope went into the body of Weddle instead of going away. As here's Okafor inside going up against Nesbitt. Oh, my Lord, another monster rejection from Dimbago Ayo. That one off the glass as Nesbitt goes to Toby, who steps back in the corner for three, no good. And Okafor comes up with the rebound. Okafor now coming the other way as he dribbles at the top of the key, looking around as he drives left inside, puts up the lefty layup, and it's good. Amidi Okafor, 4 straight points for Team Red here in overtime, and has got his team up to a 2-point lead. As now Rod Toby dribbling against Gilstrap, gets a screen from Pope. And now Gilstrap still defending. So it's not really looking like much is being set up. Now Ayo's going to set a screen. He comes left off of it out to Ayo at the three-point line, who goes over to Fielder, guarded by Young, as he pulls up in the mid-range, and Fielder knocked it down. Plenty of late-game heroics in overtime. Nobody can hit the game winner in regulation. Now everybody is hitting shots here in overtime, and with 2:04, we're tied at 59. So Xavier Young will bring it up for Team Red as he is guarded by Fielder. He gets a screen from Livingston as he's going to pull the long mid-range jumper in the corner. It's no good. Maybe should have just taken another step back for three. As Ayo comes up with the rebound, goes to Fielder. Fielder now looking around, goes to Nesbitt in the corner, guarded by Weddle. As they have a mismatch inside, and they're going to use it. Pope now guarded by Cripps. He's going to pull the fade away, and it's no good. And Livingston and Ayo fight for the rebound, and it's going to be out on Livingston, and it will stay here with Blue. There's some nice fight there from Ayo, as he will inbound here as he goes to the corner for Fielder. Keep going to call him Felder. As now Fielder over to Nesbitt at the top of the key. Rod Toby coming off some screens as now Nesbitt off a screen from Pope. He goes inside, puts up the layup, no good. Livingston the rebound, it was just short. As now Young coming the other way against Fielder. Stops at the three-point line, goes over to Weddle, who's now looking around, guarded by Ayo. As he's going to get a screen from Livingston, now guarded by Nesbitt. As they've only got 5 seconds now, out to Young, out to Livingston, back to Weddle, who goes to Young, out to Livingston. The big man has to fire a three at the end of the shot clock, no good. Jamal Pope the rebound. And with less than a minute remaining, it's still all tied up at 59s as Nesbitt finds Rod Toby streaking to the bucket, who jams it home with the right hand. And it's a 2-point lead for Team Blue. You love to see it. These prospects playing incredibly well here. As here is Young working on Fielder, as they're going to let him ISO as he half spins, goes left, pulls the mid-range jumper. No good. Ayo the rebound. Team Blue could maybe put it away here. 38 seconds left. Here's Toby spinning, goes inside, puts up the floater. No good. Weddle the rebound. He gives it off to Cripps, who comes the other way. Cripps guarded by Ayo. They have a mismatch inside. It's Livingston against Nesbitt, but he kicks it out. So now Young ISOing against Fielder again. He's going to drive right, pulls the mid-range jumper over him, and no good. Pope the rebound, and Young goes down to foul, as they're going to have to foul here with just 16.9 seconds remaining, as it's looking like Ayo's going to inbound to Nesbitt, who is fouled. So Nesbitt will pull some free throws, or shoot some. I don't know why I said pull like he was pulling a game winner, but he will shoot some free throws here at the end of the game to try and seal it. 16 seconds left. First free throw is good for Nesbitt. Up to a 3-point game, this one, to make it a 2-possession game, and he knocked it down. Team Red needs a timeout. Some clutch free throws there from the prospect out of IU. I keep calling them rookies. Obviously they're rookies, or they're going to be rookies. Right now they're just prospects, you dope. So Livingston will inbound here for Team Red, as he is looking around, hasn't inbounded yet, might get a 5-second call. Goes to Young, who goes to Gilstrap, back to Livingston, out to Young, who pulls a deep three off a Livingston screen. No good. Pope the rebound as he goes to Nesbitt, and Cripps is forced to foul as he will head back to the line. And you have got to think that one or two would seal the game, as he hits the first to make it a 5-point game. Second free throw is up and good, as it is now a 6-point game. Team Blue is looking like they're going to come away with the victory. Just 5 seconds left. Cripps goes to Weddle, who goes to Livingston, back to Cripps. Has to pull one at the end of the game. It clanks off the rim, and that will do it. A wonderful prospect game here in Season 2, as it's looking like the future is bright for Season 3, as Team Blue takes this one 65-59 over Team Red, as we will go ahead and check out the box score here in just a moment. So checking out the box score on the game, Rod Toby leads Team Blue to victory with a 13-point game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Didn't shoot the ball incredibly, but, I mean, that's A-okay. 11 points for Dimbago Ayo, and 15 rebounds with 5 blocks. He was sending everything back. As you can see up there in his highlights, we've seen a couple blocks. How about, boom, another one. So let's see if we can see one off the glass. I want to see one of those glass ones. There it is, off the backboard, as he did some really good work, especially on the boards with 15 rebounds. That's no slouches. There's a monster block that I was looking for. Nesbitt put in 10 points, was just 2 of 13, but maybe some first game jitters, as he did it, knocked down the game-winning free throws. A double-double for Jamal Pope as well, who had 10 points, 12 rebounds, 5 of 12 from the floor, a steal and a block as well. As Brett Fielder had 8 points on 4 of 9 shooting with 4 rebounds, 2 assists. 8 and 9 for Nathan Haynes on 4 of 9 shooting. Definitely not bad either. Barker Bogey also had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 of 9 shooting for Bogey. Definitely not his best night. But don't let that hurt his draft stock too much. He is definitely still a great player. As for Team Red, Xavier Young led all scorers with 16, showing off that gorgeous shooting stroke. 5 of 11 for the game, 1 of 2 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Just 2 rebounds and 1 assist. But we know he is out there to score. As Emilio Okafor, the defensive-minded point, actually came up with 12 points and some great buckets in overtime, as he tried to lead his team to victory in overtime, but played some good defense with 1 block and had 3 assists, as Gilstrap was behind him. Just 4 of 14, but definitely had some highlights there with 11 points, 8 and 2 for Rowdy Highlander, and one of the closest jams we've ever seen. He almost got an absolute body on Nathan Haynes, but not quite, as he did miss the dunk. Miles Weddle, gosh dang it, had some nice plays, a block, 9 rebounds, 6 points on just 3 of 4 shooting. As then for Brandon Cripps, just 2 points, but 5 assists and a steal. Just played some good minutes overall, was definitely a nice role player. As then big Chantel Livingston, 2 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 blocks, as he is just tall, baby. Gotta just love him, as he sent some shots back, was 0 of 5 from the floor, but he did knock down his free throws. As then Zelimir Zukoja behind him, 2 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks as well. So some good work there from the big men. As let me know in the comments which of these prospects you would like your team to draft and who you think will make the biggest impact in year 2. If you haven't submitted a prospect already and you do want to submit a prospect, if you want to see your prospect in the next prospect game, I don't know if we're going to do another one. If we get a ton of prospects, like I said, we will do another one, but if not, this will probably be the only one of this year. Then go ahead and submit a prospect. I would love, love, love for you guys to submit more prospects. I absolutely loved making this game and everything. It was quite a lot of fun. But yeah, so let me know any predictions down in the comments for these guys, along with any prospects you have. And I will see all of you guys in All-Star Weekend for the real BSGL players in the next video. Bye-bye.